Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor which is due unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great Muslim of well, and Shalom to the elect of Yahweh Shai, the elect of Israel, starting with 144,000. Gonna get straight into it, man. I was reading this article, and pretty much, you got those of our people who went out and they believe in this voting system, and they voted, whether they voted for Kamala, whether they voted for Trump. What they don't realize is that the Lord has set it up according to prophecy, where the devil, which is Esau, is in power. And he's number one hindrance, if you were to say, okay, in his kingdom is us, the Lord's chosen people, the Israelites. Okay, so within their plans, they've always got it, and within their spirit, they've always had it where they want to kill us, man. Just when you go back to the story of the progenitors, okay, of the nations, okay, you have the account of Esau and Jacob, right? Jacob being our forefather, our progenitor, okay, and Esau being the progenitor of the so-called white man, if you will, okay. And that's who's ruling today, as it is written. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. We're at the end of this world. We're at the end of this system, this age. And pretty much after this, pursuant to the statue in Daniel, you're going to have the everlasting kingdom. Okay, that's going to be, this kingdom is going to be smote at the feet by Yahweh Shai and the angels, okay, taken down. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, which is the kingdom of Israel. All right, starting with the elect. So I'm going to read a couple points in this, and I'm going to go into the scriptures. Okay, so it says, Paul Ingracia is just your average right-winged edgelord with a law degree and a high-level position at the Justice Department. All right, so the Department of Justice. It says, he says a couple things, but I want to get to the point. He says he has written a Substack post titled "Free Nick Fuentes" in support of reinstating the white nationalist X account. All right, and if you know about Nick Fuentes, that's someone who's on the, he's on different platforms, and he pushes that, basically pushes Edomite supremacy. Okay, now. And he's banned on a lot of platforms. Okay, now, you got people that are within the government who are coming out with this, as if it's like, oh, that's just one or two rogue agents. No, this is the status quo. This is what is believed. Okay, this is what is pushed by all those that are in power, because Esau is in power. All right, and Esau hates us. Let's get a quick precept. I had Psalms 83, but let's go to Esau hated. Let's do that. Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, and then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that's been his spirit. Okay. He's a murderer. He was a murderer from the beginning. That's what he does. Okay. That spirit of Esau, you go back to the garden, you had that with Cain. Okay. And Cain slew Abel. Now, when we were coming out of Egypt, okay, let's type in King's Highway. Let's see if it comes up if I type that. Right? Okay. Doesn't come up that way. What if I do Edom? Now it should be. There we go. This should be the account. Numbers chapter 20, verse 14. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom, Thus saith thy brother Israel, though thou knowest all the travail that have befallen us. And this is them basically going towards the promised land. This is them going towards Israel, okay, land of Canaan, and pretty much coming out of that captivity in Egypt, right? So they were in the wilderness. It says, how our fathers went down into Egypt and have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. Yeah, slavery. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard Yahweh Shemel Shai, he heard our voice and sent an angel, and have brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the utmost of thy border. Okay. Now this is the request that Moses wanted to make to the king of Edom with his messengers. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the well. So we ain't going to touch your crops, your water, nothing. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. Now Israel was a large number. Okay. It says, and Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. So they were straight on that, still straight on war. And the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by thy highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. Okay, so, pretty much, there's always been that animosity with between Jacob and Esau, going back to the womb, right? Let's prove that. Genesis chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, right? So they were tossing it out, and you know that Jacob was beating down Esau, right? And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, meaning she went to inquire of the prophet. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, right? Jacob and Esau. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and that's us, okay? Jacob, right? The Israelites. And the elder shall serve the younger. Who's the elder? Esau was the elder, okay? And he's gonna end up serving us, okay? Now, pretty much, even though this man is in power, he's really, Esau, he's not the true ruler, if you will. We're the ones that should be ruling this planet. As it is written, the earth was made for our sakes. So in the back of their mind, the ones that are in the know, okay, these elites, these top Edomites, the kings of Edom, if you will, or the dukes of Edom, they know who we are. And they know, just like the Egyptians thought it back then, they know that basically we're like that threat to them on the earth, okay? So in their mind, they think that they can destroy us, all right? In fact, they do whole projects and spend billions of pounds to try and do so, okay? But they know that, hey, they try, but we know that they can never destroy Israel, man, okay? Let's get a precept on that. Now, where was it? It's in Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Right, so you got, the way that the sun is and the moon and everything has its particular function, okay, in the Lord's creation. If those ordinances depart from me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever. Okay. So, Esau's, Esau's, that, basically it's an impossible task. That ain't going to pass away. Okay. And it gives another example. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Now, basically, the Lord's saying, look, He's setting an impossible task. Okay, so that's like that's saying I'll do this, but I'll only do it if you can do this impossible task, which is not possible to do. Okay, they can't. Esau tries to go out into the heavens and do that. He can't even pass certain belts, man, of radiation. Okay, he ain't got that kind of technology. All right, the technology that he has allowed him to basically do set up satellites and space stations and things of that nature. He's only been able to do certain things to a certain degree. Essentially, he can't pass the bounds that's been set for him. Okay, so but they're always trying to do that. They got the NASA department, they got all that, and all that NASA stuff. That all, you got all kind of idolatry on that, because they got the different Roman or Greek gods or whatever. Okay, even what they had, the mission Apollo, the Apollo missions. So right there, man. Okay, so the scriptures say that though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, then will I take thee down. Pretty much, when they started saying that they were going up into space, the so-called moon landing, which didn't happen, by the way. Okay, they were exalting themselves. Well, the Lord is, pretty much from that time flourished with the truth, starting with High Priest Abba Bivens. And what happens? This man started going down. All right. Now, in his mind, that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking about how to destroy Jake. Let's get a quick precept. Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which you shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. So pretty much, Esau, he's got it coming, but right now he's in the power seat. Okay. Remember, the scriptures say, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So the power's been given to him right now. Okay, and he's like a whipping stick, like a punishment to correct us. All right, let's get a precept on that. This is Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30:14. All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Okay? Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable, for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. So it's about the Lord basically correcting us. It's always been about the amendment of us, because why? We're the sons of the power, man. Okay? Amos 3:1. Hear this word that the Lord have spoken against you, O children of Israel. Why? Because we go off. Okay? Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. The Lord only acknowledges us. The heathen are like a drop of a bucket. They're just there to serve us. They're just there to play their part, including Esau. Ultimately, Esau is gonna, right now he's lorded over the earth, and people look up to him. That white, so-called white, by the way, which they're red. If you're gonna give him anything, the title Edom means red. They're the Edomites, the red people. Okay. That white term, they put him on himself. White means like pure, and it symbolizes purity and innocence and things of that nature. That ain't Esau, man. That's the bloody man. Okay. The man that is insatiable, okay, with blood and war, man. He just wants to do all kinds of wickedness and destroy, and that's what it's about. He ain't about life and creation, man. Okay. It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquity. So this is the chastisement of the Lord, man, correcting Israel. Okay. And you got certain of our people that, although the corrections are coming, okay, through different judgments and things of that nature, they're not listening, man. Let's get a precept on that. 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay. So pretty much, ultimately, you have all these different things that happen and all these different judgments. Okay. They're sent for scourges for amendment. Amendment of who? The Lord ain't trying to amend the heathen, the amendment of Israel. Okay. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. They don't sit there and think, man, see, if they had the fear of the Lord, they were thinking, man, the Lord's really jacked me up. I better repent and get in order, man. But the majority of our people ain't going to do that. They're going to reject this word. They're going to reject the Lord. They ain't going to have that fear. All right? And we know that according to the scriptures, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's how that knowledge and wisdom increases, man. Now, let's go to Psalms 83. Okay, verse 2. It says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they're coming up against us. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's what Esau wants to do, really. That's like his wet dream, if you will, man. That's his desire. Part of his new world order agenda ultimately doesn't include us. Okay. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So Esau and his other nations are banded together against us, man. Because we're the chosen of the Lord. The tabernacles of Edom. See, the first one it mentions is the nation of Edom. And the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, okay, of Moab, the so-called Chinese, all right, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon, and Amalek, which Amalek is the grandson of Esau. Esau's mentioned twice. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope on the children of Lot, Salah. So these different nations are going to be getting it, man, that come up against us, that, put us into chains, that keep us in bonds to this day, all right, keep us down, devise plans of iniquity to keep Jake messed up, okay? And if you notice, a lot of these different avenues that are messing up our people, okay, has been set up by who? By Amalek, man, the so-called J-O-O-Os. The J-O-Os, man. Okay. I'm trying, little hats. I'm speaking in code, man, because when you start speaking against them people, because they're in rulership right now, your channel starts getting cut. All right. So, going back to that article, man, ain't no surprise, that, okay, so this guy has more open ways of talking about what he is, what he's really on. Well, ultimately, man, they're all on that, and this is the spirit that they come in. And I'm going to close out in the scripture. And Lord willing, this has been an edifying lesson. This is Psalms 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. All right? Sounds like good things. The politicians, all that, they talk a good game. But when you really listen to what they're saying, really, it's an act of war against the people, okay? But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? And that's pretty much the way that Esau rules, man. He rules by the sword. He rules by that oppression. But all that's going to be flipped on him. And pretty much, while he's eating, while he's trying to fill that belly, as pursuant to Job, the 20th chapter, meaning set up this, really solidify this new world order, the Lord's going to destroy his kingdom, man. Okay? Pretty much when they bring out that mark of the beast, the CHIP, the implant, when they bring that out, everything's going to move quick. And one of the advisors to Trump is who? Mr. Neuralink brain implant himself, man. Elon Musk. So, hey, we're in a time where we're very close to the end. So, stay strong, keep prayed up and keep fighting, and keep the faith. Shalom.